Hi, what's up guys? This is Bryce VanHoosen. Welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 in my 4-part series looking at various different overdrive pedals or boost pedals. Up this week we have the Ghoul Screamer from the fine folks over at KHDK. So same as last week, I recorded a couple riffs with an improvised solo. It's going to be the exact same one as last week, so we can kind of see and sort of feel how this compares to the hex drive. Reamped through my Peavey 6534 Plus into a custom Cascade cabinet with an Amperian Explorer 65 speaker. The mics, two SM57s, they haven't moved at all, so everything's pretty much exactly the same. So let's check that out, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Ghoul Screamer is a pedal that I really can't say enough good things about. It's basically, different from the hex drive in the fact that it really is kind of like souped up, sort of aggressive, more bells and whistle version of an Ibanez Tube Screamer or a TS9 kind of thing. So it should come as no shock to people that, the basic settings that you want for going into kind of like a dirty amp to sort of just juice it up a little bit and tighten things up. Basically just level up, drive down, tone right in the middle. But for this, you have a couple different compression switches that really kind of make it so that you can sort of tailor your tone to, whatever amp you're using. Before this, I had the Ghoul Junior. I recently, as of maybe late last year, upgraded to the full big boy version of the Ghoul Screamer, which has a few more options on it. But these are awesome pedals, and really I can't say enough good things about it if you want kind of like a standard Tube Screamer kind of vibe with more options to it. These are fucking badass. So first, the bass switch on this. Basically this kind of just lets you kind of contour your basses. So I usually have mine in the up position. I'm using a 6534, which is a relatively kind of tight amp. It's not like a Mesa dual rectifier or something that's kind of just sort of floppy all over the place. Wow, that sounds really bad, but you get what I mean. So I usually kind of leave this off. If I turn it on, it gets a little bit more resonance, that sort of thing. The highs I usually kick on just to kind of get a real nice kind of upper mid sort of vibe. It's sort of similar to the tone knob on the hex drive, I feel like, where if you turn that up, you get kind of that upper mid kind of punch, sort of aggressive, really kind of nice sound for metal, at least. If you're playing really warm jazz, maybe not. Body is kind of like your standard sort of mid sort of boost. It makes things kind of a little bit thicker, gives you a little bit more cut. You can kind of cut through the mix a little bit more. Since my setup, I kind of have a lot of mids in it already, I sort of leave this one off. So far I'm basically just getting the highs. The compression, now this is kind of genius, I think. This is sort of where this pedal really shines. So basically, if we go all the way over here to the farthest right, this is 2 to 3. So 1 is kind of like a classic open sort of compression. I think this one sounds mostly like a normal tube screamer if you leave it there. But I have it set to 2 to 3, so that bypasses if we go over here to this one. I have it set on 3, which is basically, I think, the most compression, and it makes it kind of just a little bit more aggressive and kind of gives you a little bit more cut. 2 is sort of in between 1 and 3, so if 3 is too aggressive, 2 is kind of the perfect in between there. Yeah, it's an awesome pedal, and I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Next week, we are going to check out the Fortin 33 pedal. I'll see you then.